It is wicked to withdraw from being useful to the needy, and cowardly to give way to the worthless. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. If you would be good, first believe that you are bad. Of pleasures, those which occur most rarely give the most delight. If you see anybody wail and complain, call him a slave, though he be clad in purple. We do not choose our own parts in life, and have nothing to do with those parts. Our duty is confined to playing them well. We should not moor a ship with one anchor, or our life with one hope. No great thing is created suddenly. What is yours is to play the assigned part well, but to choose it belongs to someone else. If you wish to be a writer, write. When your thoughts, words, and deeds form a seamless fabric, you streamline your efforts and thus eliminate worry and dread. It is difficulties that show what men are. Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. The soul is unwillingly deprived of truth. Consider the bigger picture, think things through and fully commit. Bear in mind that you should conduct yourself in life as at a feast. We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens to us. Were I a nightingale, I would act the part of a nightingale. Were I a swan, the part of a swan. Preach not to others what they should eat, but eat as becomes you, and be silent. Nature hath given men one tongue, but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. If your heart is quite set upon a crown, make and put on one of roses, for it will make the prettier appearance. Seek to be the purple thread in the long white gown. Common and vulgar people ascribe all ills that they feel to others. People of little wisdom ascribe to themselves. People of much wisdom, to no one. Pleasure, like a kind of bait, is thrown before everything which is really bad, and easily allures greedy souls to the hook of perdition. Cowardice, the dread of what will happen. The foolish and the uneducated have little use for freedom. Only the educated are free. To the rational being only the irrational is unendurable, but the rational is endurable. If what charms you is nothing but abstract principles, sit down and turn them over quietly in your mind, but never dub yourself a philosopher. Nothing great is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. Not things, but opinions about things, trouble men. If you do not wish to be prone to anger, do not feed the habit, give it nothing which may tend to its increase. Control thy passions lest they take vengeance on thee. The wise realize that some things are within their control, and most things are not. They learn early on to distinguish between what they can and can't regulate. Everything has two handles, one by which it may be borne, another by which it cannot. To a longer and worse life, a shorter and better is by all means to be preferred. Pain or pleasure? I say pleasure. Give me by all means the shorter and nobler life, instead of one that is longer but of less account. contentment comes not so much from great wealth as from few wants. Whoever does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Try to enjoy the great festival of life with other men. But to be hanged, is that not unendurable? Even so, when a man feels that it is reasonable, he goes off and hangs himself. Your master is he who controls that on which you have set your heart or wish to avoid. Whatever you would make habitual, practice it, and if you would not make a thing habitual, do not practice it, but accustom yourself to something else. No man is free who is not master of himself. Is freedom anything else than the power of living as we choose? Don't be prideful with any excellence that is not your own. Do not laugh much or often or unrestrainedly. Confident because of our caution. With ills unending strives the putter off. It were no slight attainment could we merely fulfill what the nature of man implies. Not every difficult and dangerous thing is suitable for training, but only that which is conducive to success in achieving the object of our effort. Man is not fully free unless he is master of himself. We tell lies, yet it is easy to show that lying is immoral. Confidence in nonsense is a requirement for the creative process. Think of God oftener than you breathe. What disturbs and alarms man are not the things, but his opinions and fancies about the things. If one oversteps the bounds of moderation, the greatest pleasures cease to please. Fortune is an evil chain to the body, and vice to the soul. Wherever anyone is against his will, that is to him a prison. Difficulty shows what men are. It is impossible that happiness, and yearning for what is not present, should ever be united. One that desires to excel should endeavor in those things that are in themselves most excellent. Let no man think that he is loved by any who loveth none. You ought to choose both physician and friend, not the most agreeable, but the most useful. Thank you for watching. I'm sure you'll like these videos too.